Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary, and this is not David. So, Dave and I already had a recording that was scheduled to go out on Tuesday. Then we had some kind of interesting things happening today. Two things of note. One, Midas Touch had a video that someone had shot of someone tossing garbage bags out of this, like the second story of the White House. I don't know what the hell's going on there. And then the second thing I wanted to chat about was Trump has, I went to rollcall.com and to see what was on his schedule. And I think Donald Pick and Duck had pointed it out in the comments that he's only got one thing scheduled for Tuesday, some sort of announcement at 2 o'clock. And that's the only thing on his calendar. So let's take a look at both of those things. I took a brief gander at the video that Midas Touch had, and someone had taken this video of people tossing garbage bags out of the second story window. Not sure what's in the bags. We'll see if we can get a little energy on that. I have to admit, the catty part of me, my first thought was that Melania is finally tossing Donald to, putting all of his personal effects into a garbage bag and tossing it out onto the lawn and kicking him out. Then I realized that Melania would just assume kick herself out, so maybe she put her own stuff in the garbage bags and she's kicking herself out of the White House so that she can go live in Switzerland. Another catty idea that thought came to me was that, cruise ships, I've seen videos of cruise ships tossing garbage bags into the ocean. And so maybe his mind has gone so far that they've convinced him that he's on some sort of world cruise, and part of the act is to toss the garbage off the ship out the window. What? I've got a white cat here that's demanding attention. So we got a bunch of different things going on. So we'll see what's going on with that. And then see if we can get energy around this press announcement at 2 o'clock. It's probably some stupid thing about tariffs or something, or some BS thing about that, something he wants to talk about, but we'll take a look at it for entertainment purposes only. So let's come on down and let's look at the energy around what was going on with those garbage bags. And I've got a white cat. Hi. Do you know what was going on with the garbage bags? You do? You're not going to tell me though, are you? Okay, so foundation of the reading is a 10 of cups. One big happy family. What garbage bags? There's no garbage bags. Why would we be tossing my personal effects out onto the White House lawn? It's so interesting. Okay, so 10 of cups, it's all about the happy family. Everything's going great. Nothing to worry about here. The challenge is judgment. Standing up for what you believe in. It's so funny because as much as this is likely not the case, boy, these cards would be supporting Melania putting all of Donald's stuff in a bag and tossing it out onto the lawn. We're supposed to be this happy family, but I keep catching you doing bad things, and now I'm going to kick you to the curb and send you on a new journey. Okay, so the energy underneath it is the Fool. It's a new journey, a new beginning, uncharted paths. It's just so bizarre. Why on God's green earth, you've got all these people that work in the White House. Why would you need to toss trash bags out of a window? I imagine that there's a perfectly good garbage pickup service in the White House. What was the matter? The burn bags were all done. It was a no burn day, so they had to throw the secret documents out in the trash. I just don't get it. So we got the happy family, we got judgment cards, standing up for what you believe in, and the Fool, a new journey. I truly don't know where this is going. In the past, you got the Sun, everything out there being exposed. I mean, if this is a relationship between Melania and Donald, we all know how loving a couple they are. That has become very, very apparent. They don't even live together anymore. Current energy is the Cup, Ace of Cups, heavy emotions, new emotion beginning here. Someone could be very sad. Someone could be very upset. that would support it. Overarching energy is the King of Cups. Cooler heads need to prevail. Be the master of your emotions. Lesson to be learned is the Seven of Pentacles, looking to the future, seeing what benefits you have in the future. This is also the reaping what you sow card. And the outcome is Three of Wands. This is you're going to go sleep on the sofa card. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else to sleep. It's almost like hello. Now we got Kitten here. Hi, how are you? Oh, you're doing fine, huh? You decided to join the reading with your brother, huh? Yeah. Okay, let me hold on for a second here. It's going to be hard to do this reading with the kitten in my way. Thank you. The kitten removal device showed up. It's almost like if Melania was going through, is folding Donald's laundry, which we know never is going to happen, but you find this strange pair of women's underwear with the initials LL, and she grabs Donald by the collar and says, "Do these belong to Laura Loomer?" And then a row happens. The way these cards read, if these would totally support a pissed off wife card. Well, it's probably something innocuous, but it doesn't make sense. It just simply, of course. Okay, so I'll take that one on the chin. What about this administration makes sense? Nothing makes sense. That's the Fool card. We're constantly on a new journey, being fooled by the actions or foolish actions being taken. It's just nuts. What explanation? Let's just see if we can get what explanation will the White House come out with this? Because if it was Melania putting all his suits in a garbage bag and tossing them out the window, they're going to deny, right? There's no way they're going to say that it was anything like that. So let's see what story they come up with. Just what's the White House official story going to be about the garbage bags? We currently know the real story for entertainment purposes only. Okay, Two of Pentacles. This is about balance, things of value. So balancing things that are valuable, things that aren't valuable. Some things worth keeping, some things are worth getting rid of. Cross is the Two of Swords. We had a choice on how we wanted to dispose of these things that were no longer valuable. Energy underneath it is the Four of Swords. Maybe it's body parts. Oh, someone died. There was something that died in the White House and we need to get rid of the stuff we didn't want. It's something we've been thinking about doing for a long time. It's something we've been contemplating on doing. So in the past, you got the Eight of Pentacles. We were hard at work, producing things of value, being very industrious. But the current energy is the Six of Swords, but it's time to take actions to move on from what we did in the past. Overarching energy is the Six of Pentacles. We're giving back a little bit here. Maybe it was big sacks of money from all the tariffs. Maybe that's what it is, right? There's all this money in there. We're going to give some of it back to the people. Lesson to be learned, Ace of Pentacles. This is a new idea on how to handle things of value, or in this case, things of non-value. And the outcome is justice, because we feel that we can litter on our own turf. So what are they going to come up with? It's just like, we just found stuff that we didn't think was valuable anymore. We had a choice of how to get rid of it. We thought about it. We've done all this hard work, but it's time to move on from this hard work. We got so many other things that are valuable and taking our time. We just need to jettison some of this small stuff. But don't worry, we've got lots of new big things heading our way. And, that's what you got to focus on, the big picture. And you'll be happy because, it'll be just. I can't wait to find out what is going on with that. All right. And now let's talk about this 2 o'clock Trump announcement. I mean, that second reading is actually sounds a lot like a Trump announcement from 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So this man has not been seen. He's been going out of his way to prove that he's in great health, and his proof are some like really cryptic photos of like him and the Beast, him playing golf with John Gruden, which turned out there are pictures that were like a week old. Just posts on True Social that are just memes, and some of these posts, have like punctuation in them, and they're not all caps. So it's just for someone who's supposed to be the healthiest president ever and is going to live until 200 if he stops eating McDonald's every day. Boy, oh boy, he's sure been out of the limelight, and it's not like he's been busy at work. That whole 7 or 8 of Pentacles there, where you've got all the pentacles on the ground. He's just chugging away. I mean, everything's been auto-penned. I just, part of me thinks, oh yeah, 2 o'clock he'll announce that he's stepping aside and letting J.D. Vance take over. Yeah, never gonna happen. So let's see. Okay, so what do we need to know about this 2 o'clock announcement for entertainment purposes only? I'll let you look at the bottom card. Okay, so let's see what I get from this. What do we need to know about this 2 o'clock announcement? My gut feeling is it's going to be something about tariffs and trade deals. Okay, 6 of Swords, trying to move on. I want to move on from something. It could be about the Epstein files, right? The Epstein case. Let's move away from this, and we're going to move a different direction. There's that 6 of Pentacles again. We got bigger things. The challenge here is we're giving you a little, but we're keeping back a lot. This is starting to really feel like an Epstein announcement. Energy underneath it, King of Cups. Okay, that's interesting because we've also looked at the King. So the King of Cups we've looked at as a couple different things. It used to be our Joe Biden card. We've looked at this as our democracy, the voters in our democracy. But I've kind of started looking at this as Trump taking his meds. Doctors giving him meds that he needs to take to calm him down. Okay, so so it could be a medical related. It could be tariffs, and it could be Epstein. So it's not really helping me much narrow it down. In the past, you've got the 7 of Cups. This is about ethics. This is about not believing what you're being presented. This could definitely be a health thing. Could also be the Epstein thing. King of Wands. Bold, but we're going to take bold actions. We are now going to move this thing forward. We're going to take decisive, bold actions on this. So what do we got so far? We want to move away from something, go a different direction. We've got a lot of things of value, but we're going to throw you a bone, as it were. So everyone calm down. Don't believe everything you're seeing or everything you're told. This could also be ethics. We're going to take bold actions. Overarching energy. 9 of Swords, to ease the anxiety that people are feeling. There's that damn 2 of Pentacles. It's about balance. I think these cards are related, where I'm going to give you a little something and hope that that's enough to get you off my back. And Temperance. So maybe we can find balance and we can move forward. Okay, so if this is Epstein, I want to move on from this case. Here's some Epstein information. Everyone should just calm the hell down. It's not what you're thinking. Don't believe everything we've told you in the past. See, we're taking action against it because this has been a real headache for me. Hopefully that'll be enough to satisfy you, and we can find balance and move on. If it's a health event, I need to take some time away. I'm going to hand over things of value to my minions. I need to take my meds. I haven't been feeling quite right. It's an action that needs to be taken. so that I can get whatever rest I need, and I can do what's best for MAGA and go home and take my meds. Boy, that just doesn't feel right, because Trump's too self-centered for that. What if it's tariffs? Okay, there's a lot of things that are happening that we need to move on from. We've got all this tariff revenue coming in, we've got all these things to trade, and we're not getting our fair share. This is causing me to be very upset. Seven of Cups. Tariffs are being paid by the the tariff country, not by the import-export company. That's a bunch of BS, by the way. We're taking bold action on these tariffs. These tariffs are a nightmare. They're a national crisis, and that's why I should be able to lobby them or levy tariffs without Congress. It's all about bringing in money. We might suffer a little bit on our trade, but it's going to bring us so much money, and then everything will be fine. Everyone will just calm down because these tariffs will be so successful. Okay. Hey, one more. Okay, what if he got kicked out of his bedroom by Melania? Well, I found out that maybe I had another child. I'm now having to pay alimony. I'm really not happy about this. I should have been more mature about it. I didn't know what I was doing that night. Melania I tried fooling Melania with a bunch of shifting cards and stuff, but she took some strong actions. This is a real nightmare situation for me, but don't worry, I'll figure out some way to bring it balance back this. Maybe if I throw more money at her, it'll end this turbulent seas, and then everything will be better. Well, she'll be none of those things. Okay, so there we go. 2:00 announcement. It'll probably be a big nothing burger. The trash bags, we'll find out. Maybe it was just trash. Maybe he's had a whole bunch of leftover McDonald's packages and he just tossed them out the window before his physician could come in there and see how much cholesterol and stuff he was eating over the last week. So that's what we got. I have no idea. We'll see if this is even remotely accurate come tomorrow. So anyways, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's currently 7:47 on Sunday, September the 1st. That's Pacific time, as you can see from the Kit Kat clock right there, right? 7:45-ish. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Let's give a shout out. I don't have my phone with me. It's over there. So I'm just going to go off the top of my head. Let's give a shout out to, you know what? I'm just going to pause and grab some names here. That's a little easier. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so let's give a shout out to Lou 2500, who mentioned that Trump's schedule is out for Tuesday, and he's only got an announcement at 2:00. He's never on time, and that's it. That's a busy schedule. So Page of Pentacles, yes. Thank you for providing that very helpful, insightful bit of information there, Lou 2500. Sun City Princess, also known as Amy Smith, says Shady Vance will pick Stephen Miller for VP. Yeah, that would give all of us a rash. God, I think they whenever they show a meme of Stephen Miller, they make up Voldemort from Harry Potter. Oh, 8 of Swords. Yeah, you may be right. He may be stuck with that choice. And then we'll give one last shout out to Denise Fellhauer, also known as Cat Mom 6+. That's a lot of cats. Love the cats. Thanks for doing your daily readings. The comic relief is so refreshing. Thank you for that. It's so kind of you. And you get the Sun card. Woo! That's the truth coming out, yeah? All right, that's what I got. So how about a card for the rest of us? I'll take it right off the top. Oh, dear. It's the 7 of Cups. This is all about don't believe everything they're pitching you. And with Trump and his administration, that's great advice. It's basically whatever they tell you, you know they're lying. So go the other direction. They say left, go right, you know? Anyways, I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.